fun. You know, it's a cool event, and yeah, you know, it's a yearly thing as well. Defend the North, and people should come through if you're in the area.
Absolutely, this is a New York tournament that I feel like all sections of New York should be coming out to. Like, the two of us are from Long Island. We know there's tons of Westchester players out, players from all boroughs of the city. I wouldn't doubt in my mind if we had players from upstate New York coming out to this. This is something that Tri-State should be supporting. It's not often that we get big events here in New York because it's a logistics nightmare.
Yeah, well, bad venues is just it's a problem, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, we get what we get. We got to make the most of it.
And we're definitely trying to do that right now. Ooh, wait, Ninjara?
Ninjara is a character we have not seen on stream yet, so this is going to be a bit new for us. Although, as far as the arms go, this is stuff that we've seen before. We see the Ram, we see the Hydra, and the basic boxing glove, which I have to assume has some sort of element attributed to it.
I believe it's lightning element, so it's a really good arm just because it's lightning, you know, and that's... Yeah, it's always pretty broken, lightning.
Yeah, it's just called the buff. And
Okay,
we are seeing the double
buff. I can see it, you know, it's... We have a double buff versus double chilla. So, I feel like NuzzleMaster... Oh my god, that name is funny.
That's not godlike.
That's actually a hilarious tag. NuzzleMaster right here, you know, he's going to hit for more damage pound for pound just because of the electricity effect from his weapon. Oh, and yeah, so that's the big thing about Ninjara is if he blocks and you throw an attack out, he doesn't block the attack. He just teleports away and evades all chip damages, so even applies the supers. In the air when he dashes, he actually has a teleport, which makes it hard to react sometimes. And he's a very fast character.
Yes, and his flash step is multi-directional. He could use that to get out of any style of combos. However, it's that speed that he really has to make the most of to try and get around in this match because he is going from max range. That was the first time tonight that we've seen a super burst from the opposite side, and that's a rather explosive throw as well. Character seems to have good burst options, but he has to be careful about his approaches because that dash doesn't really put him too far.
Yeah, one thing to note is that since he can teleport forward and grab, like, he has a really strong grab game because of his teleport, and you're going to be seeing that a lot where he just does jump, dash, and teleport, and using that to condition his opponent for other things. I feel like that's kind of the core of his playstyle. Excuse me.
Now, after double burst bait, we see that Twintail has a little bit more health than Ninjara, but the grab might be able to make the difference, and it does with 10 seconds left on the clock. NuzzleMaster taking the first match.
Oh my god. Every time you say NuzzleMaster, I'm just like,
yeah, I'm going to make the effort to say this tag as much as I can. Like, fun tags like this make it fun to cast.
That is true, yeah. No, I'm definitely about to change my tag to NuzzleMaster 2 at tournaments. Like, I wasn't the original, but you know what? I am the successor. I shall optimize it. Nice, we got punch for punch, trade for trade. We got the switch now from the double Chilla to the Chilla Thunderbird, what I expected, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel like Thunderbird is really going to help mitigating NuzzleMaster's ability to maneuver himself with Ninjara's flash step. But
I like calling it a flash step, like it's like Bleach or something.
Because like I don't know what else to call it. It's just like the little teleportation thing.
Okay, right now, they both burns. That's one thing that's like tempting to do in this game is when someone burns a super, it's like easier to react to and be like, oh, super, let me just burn my super and try to attack first. But you lose that trade every time. You cannot be the one using your super second in this game. So, yeah, that's a big costly mistake from NuzzleMaster.
Like, even though these resources are quickly replenishing, and we have seen that these players are able to get together, like, at least 2 meters of bar within a match.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be smart about when you use it.
Oh, that was a good dodge. Oh, that's a big punish right there. You know, Angel does have super on deck now. And,
it gets a couple of hits out of it. Questionable usage in the beginning, but does manage to get the hits together, and it's going to be bringing us into match 3 here. And it doesn't look like NuzzleMaster's switching off of his double buffs. He wants these fists to be working.
One thing to note is this is something I've personally experienced playing Ninjara because he's like my main character I do play in this game. I feel like whenever I block one of the supers, I will block it and like teleport and then like somehow I get hit by it despite blocking. I don't know if it's a glitch or I'm messing up blocking, but you still have the NuzzleMaster, so I'm not pretty sure what to make of that.
The character has very interesting options that are dependent on where he's positioned, whether or not he's moving around in moving on the ground. And, of course, we've seen movement-oriented characters like Twin Talon Ribbon Girl quite often in this stream. His options are rather unique, and we have the double arm break. Good amount of pressure coming out from NuzzleMaster.
Oh, just an interesting exchange because you saw that Angel didn't necessarily want to block. He was trying to evade attacks, but NuzzleMaster just kind of kept hitting his arm as he was dashing. Because also when you dash, if you look at the arm as they dash, the arm kind of hangs in the air as you're dashing, so you can easily snipe the arm as you're dashing, and that's what happened to cause that exchange. And if NuzzleMaster can continuously abuse that mechanic, we could see a lot of really good arm breaks. And once you see he's trying to snipe the arm as Angel's dashing, and that's right there. Look.
And just like that, we're going to be seeing Angel taking the first game. NuzzleMaster reeling back in his chair, though. He's going to have to go back to the lab to figure out how he's going to approach this matchup. It seems that Ninjara has the tools to get around these defenses, but at the same time, he's going to have to take a different approach.
Mm-hmm. Well, so I'm just saying, I'm liking this Buzz Lightyear colored Ninjara.
Yo, for real.
The orange hair maybe doesn't fit that well, but the green and purple.
Can we talk about the chain link glasses this guy's wearing?
Yo, you're right.
Yo, that cannot be comfortable.
Yo, I'm trying to get some chain link glasses, man? Yo, how much is that going to cost? A few $100s. I'll be down.
Those are heavy frames.
Yo, I'll actually be exercising my entire face with those glasses. Let's go. I am totally down for that life. My backpack already weighs 20 pounds and I carry it everywhere, so that's nothing new to me.
So getting ourselves back into the match, and immediately we see Ninjara suffering a bit as far as damage goes. He's just eating all of this Power Soul damage, trying to charge head on.
Yep, you see him just trying to catch different get-up options. Nothing committal. A few punches, builds up some meter, gets some chip damage potentially, and nothing crazy. And yeah, snipes him out of the air. And EMP Angel already has meter though.
It's worth noting that even though Angel seems to be consistently winning out in neutral, the straight trades that NuzzleMaster is managing are hitting quite hard. The percentages right now seeming very even.
Whoa, he actually got that super. Wow. I'm surprised he was able to get that super attack out first. Yeah, punches through the grab. Now, you're noticing that EMP Angel hasn't been getting grabbed that much. He's definitely started realizing, hey, NuzzleMaster likes to grab a lot. Do not let NuzzleMaster grab. Punch through the grabs. But you see NuzzleMaster is really keeping his distance. And this is what I'm not expecting to see is Ninjara out-zoning Twin Talon.
And it's working very well in NuzzleMaster's favor as we see him take a very convincing first match of this game, too.
Maybe Angel should be trying to get a little bit closer and really push some offense going here because right now the defense is just letting NuzzleMaster really get all this chip damage and right off the bat a grab. Okay, this is going to be a lot of momentum.
It's worth noting that this grab from Ninjara does 150, and that seems to be more than from what we were seeing from earlier characters.
Really? I think that's less because I think Kid Cobra did 170. I think most characters do 160. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think it's on the lower end of grabs.
But the consistency out of it, plus also the 60 damage he gets off the initial hit, I feel like this character is a bit more rewarded for these hits. That being said, though, NuzzleMaster is doing well to just keep a consistent pressure onto Angel, and playing this at max distance, it's not really working out for as far as Angel trying to stop these aggressions.
I wonder if Ninjara's attacks have more range or speed or something than Twin Talon's. Because I feel like they just have more speed and range, but maybe smaller hitbox size. I don't know. It definitely just seems like, yeah, because either one are the same. He's arms, and obviously mobility is heavily in favor of Ninjara, and Twin Talon could probably use a slowdown ability to really counteract that.
My guess is just the fact that because NuzzleMaster is playing this at max distance, it seems, because it's either he's getting these excellent links in or he's just barely whiffing them. The fact that he's playing it from so far away, we've been seeing a lot of the solid Twin Tail pressure from earlier in the day being at that mid to close range. And even though Thunderbird, when charged up, does reach far enough, Ninjara has the speed to be able to check it out of the air.
And that's also a big thing he actually mentioned. Yeah, being able to check everything from all this distance is huge. And you can definitely see he's taking advantage of it. And that's why he keeps doing a meter, because he's constantly checking arms with double swings, as opposed to Andrew, who's more throwing one arm out and kind of waiting and trying to look for a little bit more openings. Yeah, and you can start there, he outranged it, the arms.
And also, this is another big factor because he's playing at this max distance. He's able to easily evade whenever Angel makes use of his own meter, causing him to waste it, even though it was relatively well timed. It just wasn't space for him.
Now, one thing worth noting, if I remember correctly, I believe using punches is a fast way to build a meter than grabs. So, you know, if like the amount of times you can punch within the same amount of time you can grab, heavily favors the punching for meter building. So that's just like a small little side note, but it does matter if like someone's going for a lot of grabs and someone else is just punching a lot, and they're both kind of whiffing.
Right. So now we see another adjustment back to the double chillers, and I don't know how I feel about this. It's just not working out for Angel, not really figuring out a way to get around this, and it's a very simplistic approach, I have to say, but NuzzleMaster is playing straightforward, just from far away.
Yeah, I mean, if it ain't broken, don't fix it.
Exactly.
You know, Angel is definitely not adapting at all, and there's not really much else to say. We're not seeing... Most of these games are pretty dynamic. I feel like this is a very static set in comparison.
Right. I feel like if there was a way that Angel could start to take things back into his favor, it would have to be, first and foremost, taking this aim to prevent the shutout. And then, secondly, getting the... I feel like Power Souls could really make a big difference in this.
Yeah,
the
I
fact that
definitely
they block on, like, straight forward would cause a huge issue for NuzzleMaster's approaches.
Especially because NuzzleMaster is not using the chalk arms. He's using arms that don't have much of a curve in the first place. Although, it looks like Ninjara has some decent curve with his swings. It's still, you know, he'd have to switch the chalk arms or something versus a Parasol. Oh, did he just...
That was an amazingly timed...
He broke the arm as he actually... Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
That was just incredibly well-timed, incredibly spaced, and NuzzleMaster showing that even though this is our first time seeing Ninjara on stream tonight, this character cannot be slept on.
You know, it's not going to be the last time.